Welcome to another episode of Skillful Living. This is our 10th video in this series. I hope you've been enjoying the videos and posts as well as learning from them. We are on our journey to learn to live peacefully, at peace with ourselves and at peace with our external world. So today in this video, I want to talk about Gyana Yoga, the path of knowledge. Along with knowledge, of course, we must have understanding of whatever we are reading, hearing, learning, and we must also then apply that knowledge. And actually, when we start to apply our knowledge, we move a little bit into karma yoga, into the path of action as well. As I've said before, the paths can be linked, that's fine, they're not in airtight compartments. But our focus today is Gyana Yoga. You can get information and you can get knowledge. These are not the same thing. We get knowledge from trusted sources which seem to make sense to us, which lead us upwards into growth and better living. We can get knowledge from books, both religious, sacred texts and secular books as well. Last week I referred to a book which is a very recent book, this one, if you remember, The Four Agreements. It does come from an older wisdom tradition, but the book itself is quite new, and it's not so much of what we think of as a religion rather than just a wisdom tradition, the Toltec tradition. So we get knowledge from all kinds of sources. I would be a little bit wary of what you read on Google because, again, check your sources. Anybody can put anything on the internet. But there is a lot of information, a lot of links on the net as well. There are podcasts and videos such as this one that can increase our knowledge. There are webinars. There are so many ways these days to increase knowledge and wisdom. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Along with knowledge, if there is deep understanding, and if then we apply our knowledge and understanding, that is what is called wisdom. So you start to live wisely. So let me just share with you what I think are the steps in terms of following this path. The first is to learn from every source that's available to you, but evaluating a little bit. Is this something that will help me to live better, to live more truthfully, to help others and to help myself as well? So there is discernment that comes in at this very first stage of gathering knowledge. But listen to whatever is available to you with an open mind. Use your discernment so that you can pick out what is truly knowledge, not just data and information. And understand, not just intellectually, understand fully, absorb what you're learning, what you're hearing, what you're reading. Let it really sink into you, and then apply that knowledge. Knowledge without application is really not worth very much. You must apply it in order to be able to live well for yourself and also to help others in this world. Now, when you start to apply your knowledge, before we get to application, I just want to point out that all of this exploration that we've been doing so far in this series is also knowledge. So if you've been following the videos and the posts, which don't all come from me, in fact, most of it comes either from the Bhagavad Gita or from Toltec wisdom, or the posts are quotes from other people, so really not very much comes from me originally. But whatever it is, if you have been following this series, you are already gaining a lot of knowledge. Now it's time to truly understand it and start to apply it. And when you start to apply it, when you start to live with wisdom, Perhaps there will be times when you apply it imperfectly. Don't let that stop you. That's fine. As we know, practice makes perfect. So the more we apply our knowledge, the more we live from the higher parts of ourselves, which we discussed in a previous video, the better our life will be for ourselves and for others. That's it for this week. Thank you for listening and see you next week. Thank you.